Well, welcome back to the Group Chat Odds On edition, back in studio today. And I don't know how to take that, whether that's a good omen or not, but just before I tried to start it, the mic fell apart. So whether that means all the bad luck from the week is now done, because that's done and over with, or it's a sign for the weekend. I'm not sure how to take that, but we'll get into it. I'm joined by Phil. Phil, how you doing?
Just keeping an eye on these railings. I can't see any loose bolts, but I just feel a bit of Final Destination might happen. Just on you specifically, not me.
Just over here.
So I'm just watching out on your behalf.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, let's just start off by saying the Group Chat multi hit last week. We got one over the line.
Finally.
How good? AFC got a little bit tight in the end there. That under 2.5 goals total for the game was cruising in the 87th minute at 0-0.
Yep.
Did end up finishing 2-0, but yeah, we're under that 2.5.
Yep.
Tick that one off. Bang. We moved to Tonga, who
got the win.
Plus 6.5. Not only did they cover the 6.5, got the win. So well done there.
Huge. And they did get off that front foot.
Yeah.
They started strong. They looked a lot better than that first game.
Woodsy scored.
Yes,
and they went over the Hammers. Thanks for coming.
Smoked them.
And our main man, Sonic, from the combo of Sonic and Knuckles, Jameer Gibbs scored for the Lions against the Packers, which meant our Group Chat multi, what did it pay again? It paid $19.49.
Big.
So that's huge.
Let's go.
Got it up. Didn't need the multi-rescue. Could have used odds boost, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. How'd you go on your other 3 plays?
Pretty, I think this across the board, depending on how yours went, might be the best week yet. I went 2 from 3, which I've done before, but the multi was the main thing there. Stat play of Man United and Chelsea, both teams to score and to end in a draw. That was the 1-1.
Yeah, it was genius.
452, the hot streak of AFC to go 3-0 this season. 270 against Phoenix.
Also genius.
The fans did not like to hear it, but it's what happened. So the thing that fell short was the gut play. My Brentford boys away at Fulham. To score within the first 15 minutes, they scored in the 24th.
Yeah,
so 10 minutes off.
Half an hour,
So that was the only thing that fell short for me.
And it's not too far off either from nearly a clean sweep.
And they were close. They were close. They had their opportunities, but some great saves. Yeah.
I would go as far as saying it is our best week. Although I only went 1 for 3 in my plays. The play that did hit, Ajaz Patel, the hot streak, was paying $4.40. So that was a nice wee bet there with Patel. I think he had a 5 for in the first and then a 6 for in the second. So he was top wicket taker in the match, top wicket taker in both innings. We just had him as the first innings. Unfortunately, the Patriots as underdogs against the Titans couldn't get the win in the stat play.
Crazy.
They did force them to overtime. Drake May extending the play. I think he had the ball in the pocket for about 30 seconds and found his man at the end zone to send it to OT, but couldn't get the job done.
That was the hot streak, wasn't it? Was that the stat?
Ajaz was the... Oh, yeah. I just had them around the wrong order. That was the hot streak. Hot streak failed. Stat play in with Ajaz. Caleb Clark in the gut play, unfortunately, didn't come through. They just went down to Leah's wing. And fair play. Guy played well. Caleb Clark, I thought he was in for that try after the knock-on yellow card. And
that was it.
Down the wing.
That was the moment.
That was, So, but I think overall, for us going through the weekend, I'd say it's probably the most profitable weekend we've had.
Yep.
Which is good.
Huge
and
multi.
Let's see if we can step it up again. We'll go one better.
Surely.
Surely. How did you end up going on the Melbourne Cup?
Well, we talked about the sports people. Brian O'Driscoll, Johnny Wilkinson, the rugby legends. They couldn't do it for me,
no,
unfortunately. I even included Reece Walsh into that same race multi because I thought
Buckaroo,
gets a bit of space, maybe.
Yeah.
But The $1 on King's Choice, Knight's Choice. Sorry.
Nice choice. You had $1 on it?
I had $1 on it.
Oh,
and
were
why
you?
did I have $1 on it? There was an internal sweepstake. You just got a random horse.
Yeah.
I got given Knight's Choice.
Oh, did you?
101. Come on, Knight's Choice. And that's why I was going along that, that medieval theme,
right.
maybe, Sea King. And I thought, you know what? I will just put $1 on this.
Oh,
just
nice.
purely because the universe has given it to me.
$100.
No, it came in a lot, so I only got it at 71s.
You won $71,
but still. So that covered my bid on the the sports people.
Oh, at least one of us won the Melbourne Cup because I did not. What'd you win in the sweepstakes?
It's just a shame. It's just a shame. It's a gift voucher.
Oh,
yeah. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But then you go, oh man, what if I put $5 on it?
Yeah.
What if I bet when the sweepstake happened, and you had it at 101s?
Yeah.
Or someone got it at 151. I don't know.
It's like,
but at least there's $1 there.
Yeah.
And the $1 saved me a bit of cash.
The main thing.
So
you keep talking about how when you talk about placing your bet,
you've got to do it.
Yeah, because you don't actually end up placing them and they go and win.
So that's why I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Albeit a little late, but it was before the race. We got in.
Got it on. Nice.
So
I had warp speed in the sweepstake. Second by nose. So we're both in it, right?
We're in it.
And I had some money on warp speed to win.
But who's picking Knight's Choice?
Well, you.
Well, yeah, but only because I was like, well, I'll chuck $1 on it because
Well, we heard the guys
say
they went back through the form, and they still wouldn't have picked Knight's Choice to win it.
Came out of nowhere.
Just looking at everything. But fair play to some lucky winners.
Yeah, what a run!
Someone in Aussie, 3.2 million, hitting the first four.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
There was like 100K multi of it was Knight's Choice and the Commanders.
Yes,
for some reason that was it.
Why throw on the Commanders? But fair. Right.
Yeah,
and they were only paying $1.50.
Yeah.
Now, interesting to say the least. Maybe we could try that this weekend, or maybe throughout Cup Week next week, be a little NFL, and then a nasty outsider to win one of the big races next week. Yeah, wow. Alrighty, so what have we got this weekend? We've got All Blacks versus Ireland, the big one, Friday night in Dublin, Saturday morning our time. And the All Blacks are underdogs at $2.60, paying $1.87 for the 5.5 point spread. So a converted try in it. And the points total set at 48.5. You happy with the team we've put out?
Yes.
You like seeing D-Mac back at 10? We know that.
I do. Yeah, what can I say? I will say something. The way Ireland put out their team list is absolutely horrendous. Have you seen it?
No.
The formation is disgusting. It's horrible to read. You're basically going from prop, and then you're reading across, and then all of a sudden it's the scrum half, and you're like, hold on.
Is it on their Instagram?
Yes, it should be.
All right,
if
I'll
not
see
Facebook.
If I can find it.
I was looking at the other day, and I was like, what is this graphic? It should just give me a list, or just give me the formation. Don't give me whatever you've just done.
What is... Oh, Irish rugby. There we go. Alrighty. Team. Oh, I see. So they've done it in... swiping. Through the... Is this the formation you're talking about?
No. So I saw, on Facebook, I saw the whole thing. Together, and it is gross. They're swiping. Okay, so they've done Instagram first, and then just gone.
Yeah, Instagram priority.
The Facebook one, I was like,
Facebook.
God.
No wonder the formation was rogue, because you've gone what? Yeah, prop, hooker, prop, and you keep going, reading left to right. Then you go halfback, first five, and then
so it trails back to the locks, and then it goes center, and then it trails, and you're like, what is this?
Okay, it makes more sense on Instagram.
Okay, Instagram fair dingham.
But yeah, if you're viewing that on Facebook, that's a tough read. But that's going to be a heck of a game, and I hope Rico Ioane shows up and backs up the chat that had put out. We've also got a Springboks versus Scotland
Indeed.
Paying $1.25, heavy favourites, line set at 10.5, points at 49.5. Yet to release their team, but South Africa should dominate Scotland here, surely. Surely. That shouldn't even be close. 10.5 doesn't seem enough.
That's interesting. And this is part of my gut play. So we haven't seen the Springboks lineup yet. No. It's a key factor. Oddly enough, they are delaying. There's been some late omissions. John Klein is out from the locks. So, Ruan Nortje is out from the locks. So Jean Klein comes in. Then you got, he played the World Cup. He's decent.
Yep.
Willemse was also ruled out earlier on.
Yep.
And then they replaced him with a number 8, who's had a really good season, but he's not a 10-15. And we're bringing number 8 in. I'm like, okay.
Reinforcing the bomb squad.
Yes. Scotland, on the other hand, they've been battering their opponents. Chile, Uruguay, Fiji, dominating. But
Fiji, I could get behind, but Chile and what was it, Paraguay?
I mean, not one of those are in the top 8. So they did have a close loss to Ireland before that, 17-13. So for me, no squad. And for me, a close result against Ireland. I think this is another close one. Springboks 1-12 is the first play. That's the gut play.
Oh wow! Okay. What is that paying?
$2.70.
That is the
13 plus is $2. Yeah.
Interesting.
I do just think they are missing their winger though. Scotland, the headgear. There was a conversation. What's his name?
The headgear. You could
just the headgear man. The headgear man. The Scottish headgear man. And they were basically saying he's better than the Springboks scrum cap wingers, which is a delusional statement. But
what, better than Colby?
So yeah, they reckon he was better than Colby.
Intriguing stuff.
Indeed. So they're left with only their one other good winger, who they're very close stat-wise in terms of games and tries. They're both dominating. So they got Van der Merwe, the South African Scottish player.
Yep.
So, I just think it might be closer than what people think. But that's based off the fact that I haven't even seen the squad.
Interesting they haven't named the squad, because even if there are going to be changes and they're not too sure on people, they still name it. And then they're not afraid to make the changes necessary closer to game day. They'll still be naming on Tuesdays like they did all through the Rugby Championship.
I get they're playing on Monday, but I mean, they were meant to release it, I think, yesterday.
Right.
Similar time to Ireland, and get to see it.
We've also got the All Blacks 15. They're playing Georgia Monday, 2 a.m. They beat Munster. It was a little bit closer than people expected, and I've got no idea about this Georgian team, but I've gone away and said, if they're anything like the UFC fighters, they definitely won't be pushovers. The All Blacks 15, $1.40 favourites. I feel like it could be a little bit closer than that. We move to the Kiwis. They're playing PNG in the 3rd and 4th playoff in the Pacific Championship. Aussie Tonga in the final. The Black Caps head to Sri Lanka to play the T20s. In the first game, after sweeping India, it's TSD. I've got a different squad. We're $2.30 underdogs. I think that's leaning into the fact that we lost both tests in Sri Lanka before getting to India. I saw we've got some UFC, a fight night this weekend. Any good?
For me, no. These are all sort of fighters that are in and between results. I think it's the best way to describe it. There's no real standouts for me.
So when's the next PVP that we are taking note of? Is it next
weekend?
Next
PPV, 309 on the 17th.
What did I say, PVP? PPV.
Player versus player. So, yes, the 17th, the John Jones card.
The John Jones making his return.
Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira fight potentially in jeopardy.
Oh, how come?
Undisclosed, but I think it's got to do with Michael Chandler. So he's a bit of a boogeyman at the moment.
We've got EPL all weekends long. The big matchups I've taken note of: Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Leicester, Liverpool, Aston Villa, and Brighton versus City. Probably the bigger ones on the cards.
Yep.
Although 3rd place Nottingham, whoever they are playing is going to be a big one because you can't be sitting in third place.
They are playing Newcastle
without a big game. That's
Newcastle
a big one.
United, who are in good form
Well,
of
they just
recent.
beat Arsenal.
Yep.
They beat Chelsea midweek.
Yep.
So they ain't no pushovers either, but
Indeed.
Nottingham could be in for like a Leicester-esque season when Leicester win and won on the league. How good would that be? Chris Wood leading Nottingham to a Premier League title.
Leading goal scorer. Come on.
Glorious.
Imagine he overtakes Haaland. Oh.
That would be good to see. I wonder what he is paying. We could have a look at that. And obviously, it's a massive weekend of racing. Not even a weekend, massive week of racing as we dive into New Zealand Cup week.
Yep.
2,000 guineas tomorrow in Riccarton. The Trotting Cup on Tuesday. Te Mile on Wednesday. And then the carries on until next Saturday at Riccarton. So, big weekend in Christchurch. And we're going to be down there for Tuesday, Wednesday.
Sure will.
So,
yep.
We'll get more on that next week before we head down, but massive weekend. Week. I keep saying weekend. It's going to be a massive week. Massive week. Okay, so was there anything I missed that we're going over the weekend? Are we good to go? You've already started.
Let's get into the plays. Yeah, I'm keen to dive into this.
So your gut play, South Africa 1-12
yep.
at $2.70.
Yep.
That's good odds. My gut play, I've gone for a double here, and it is the All Blacks plus 5.5 against Ireland. I think we won the last one in the World Cup quarterfinal. Ireland out for revenge here, but I think we should have enough grit and determination in the squad to be really like staunch and just not let Ireland come and bully us in their revenge game. So I reckon we keep it within 5.5 for sure. But also, something I didn't see last week, the ABs took a visit to the Emirates. And thank God I didn't see it last week because I probably would have done what I'm doing this week last week. And that would have been to pair it with an Arsenal win. And Arsenal did not win last week, but I am pairing it with a Arsenal to beat Chelsea. So a little double, All Blacks plus 5.5 into Arsenal to beat Chelsea. 497.
Wait, this is your?
Gut play.
Huh. Arsenal to beat Chelsea.
Yep. Just because the All Blacks were hanging out at the Emirates, and I didn't see it until later in the week. So I can't go against the All Blacks Arsenal combination.
Okay.
So 497 for the gut play. AB's 5.5. Arsenal to win. Cheeky double.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
We got to end our winless streak at some point.
Yeah. I do like the fact that...
And Odegaard might be back.
It's a positive.
But we are away.
Oh, here's the graphic, by the way.
On Facebook.
It is...
Oh, that is honking.
It's you've tried to do something different, and in my eyes, it hasn't worked. But Instagram looks great, sure.
Instagram does look good, but that is terrible.
Yep. They got a lot of... bit of veterans in that replacement bench there too, which I think is probably a negative. You probably want energy coming on. You don't want old kneecaps coming on to try and make a difference.
Especially when we've been more vulnerable in the last 20 minutes than usually. So you want guys to come on and be able to make
try
that impact.
Hit the gap, expose them. There's some tired legs in that replacement side, but maybe they're on the assumption that they're on the front foot and they have the veterans to close it out. We'll see. Gut play done. Stat play.
What do you got?
Bournemouth. It's the BB. It's the Bournemouth versus the Brentford.
It is. It is indeed the first game of the weekend.
Is it?
I believe so.
There's four first games of the weekend.
Are they all kicking off at the same time?
Yeah. What is it? Golden goal? What a gold rush? What do they call it? Something like that. So Brentford. Man, I enjoy watching them play. So I do think Bournemouth have conceded in every game this season, apart from the Arsenal game, which was due to a pretty interesting red card. Brentford love to score early and they love to score first. So I'm going pretty simple with my stat of $1.85. Brentford to score first.
Nice.
I do think it will happen. This could arguably be a hot streak as well.
Yeah.
But I'm reining it in from the timestamps.
Go to the timestamps. Okay, just to score first.
Also, the the odds were interesting for this fixture.
Brentford favourites at 235.
Yeah.
After Bournemouth have knocked off both Arsenal and City in the last 3 weeks. The thing
it's a hard one. It's a hard pick 'em.
Is Bournemouth winning, they win at home. They've not won their last 3 away games. So they're heading away to Brentford, which is why I think they come in as a bit of big of an underdog than you'd expect.
Don't have the cherry fan base.
Yeah, that has just knocked off 2 of the top 4 teams in the league.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
And Brentford also have been very good at home. All of their points they've got in the Premier League this season have come from their home fixtures. They've not got a point away from home.
Not a single point?
Nope.
Really?
I think 13. They're on 13 points. I think they've had a possible 15 points at home, and they've got 13 from their home fixtures. Yeah.
Wow. So yes,
but you're not betting on them to win. You're just going score first.
Correct.
Nice.
Bournemouth's recent results. It's a hard one. It's a hard one to make a call on. So I'm going at the stats. I do think Brentford will expose them early, but Bournemouth been looking good. They can always bounce back.
All right, well, I'm going to stick with the Premier League for my stat play, and I'm going to go to Anfield. Liverpool, all competitions have won 14 of 16 games under Arne Slot.
Impressive start.
1 loss to Nottingham at home, 1-0. While back now, we forget about that. Nottingham, quality team, 3rd on the table and stuff. And then a draw. So I like them to win at home. They've won 14 of 16. They've just beat Leverkusen 4-0 midweek in the Champions League.
Aston Villa, 3 losses in a row now?
Yep. And Aston Villa have conceded. Not conceded. There have been at least 2.5 goals in all of Aston Villa's 5 away games this season. So I'm going for the double on the Liverpool-Aston Villa game. Liverpool to win over 2.5 goals. $1.91. Can't argue with the numbers.
No.
All 5 away games have seen more than 2.5 goals for Aston Villa. And Liverpool looking untouchable at the moment.
Indeed.
Unless you're Nottingham.
Indeed. And I don't think Aston Villa and the state they're in is the team to...
They're struggling, with the added pressure and the added schedules from the Champions League. Yeah.
It started off really well for them.
I think it's just starting
a bit
to
of fatigue now. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's get into the hot streak. Where are we at?
Hot streaky boys. Well, we just saw the result. Sporting 4, Man City 1 in the Champions League. Yes. Gyökeres, insane stats for him, 10 matches, 16 goals in the Portugal League. 4 matches, 5 goals in the Champions League. They take on a team this week in the Portuguese League. I just forgotten their name.
Oh, we're heading to the Portuguese League. I thought we were going to do something to do with Man City.
No.
You know they haven't lost 3 on the bounce since 2018?
Who?
City.
Are they 3 defeats in a row?
Lost to Tottenham. Lost to Bournemouth. Lost to Sporting.
Oh, beautiful.
6 years.
So we head to the Liga Portugal. Have you seen the calls for Gyökeres to go to Man United?
No, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah. But already, Amorum's been it's not happening.
Yeah.
Certainly until the end of the season. He needs to finish with Sporting there in this record-breaking season.
Nice.
They take on Braga in the Portuguese League. And I just think they're in fine form. Braga are top 4
in the league.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's first v4, top 4 clash here. Sporting conceded 3 goals. Braga's conceded 7, so very, very solid defense. But Sporting obviously undefeated, 10 matches, 10 wins.
Wow, not even a draw in there.
Nope.
10 matches, 10 wins.
They are the cleanest of clean.
Okay, that's a heck of a streak.
They are the cleanest of clean.
And only conceding 3 goals.
Yep. I considered them not to concede here because Braga have dominated possession in their previous fixtures. But their conversion rates aren't great. in terms of shots on target.
Okay.
So I thought you're not going to demand possession against the top of the table.
Yeah.
Sporting aren't going to allow that. But then again, they do convert their chances despite being inconsistent. They always get a lucky goal here, lucky goal here. If you're getting 18 shots, you've got 3 on target, you're still coming away with 2 goals. You go, what the hell?
So their shot on target to goal ratio is good.
It's appalling.
Their shot to shot on target ratio is terrible.
Yes, correct. So I feel like they could squeeze it out. There's a chance.
Could squeeze in a goal.
They could squeeze in a goal, but they're certainly not winning.
No.
So we're backing Gyökeres to score here.
Ooh.
And we do want Sporting to win. It's paying $2.30.
Only $2.30?
Yes. I think they're $1.30 favourites or $1.60 favourites, sorry.
What's the score?
Also like $1.60.
That's kind of like Haaland numbers.
Yeah.
Shush.
He is in insane form, and that's why I thought about adding that, both teams not to score. But I just think, man, you're getting some janky wins here, or some janky goals. They had an own goal recently that allowed them to win the game. I just think something might just happen that allows them to slip past a very solid defense that they would at least score.
So it's a little SGM? 2-leg SGM?
It's a 2-leg SGM.
Nice.
And it's the safer play.
Yeah. You could throw that third leg in and then use your same game multi-cover tool.
You could.
Yeah.
You could, but then you sit with bonus cash and not cash.
That's the mistake I usually go for. Last week, I had a same game multi on the Texans game, NFL, and my 2 legs, I had a 2-legger, and I was like, I'm just going to pick one of the safest legs, I think, just to get 3 legs in there. I don't care if it boosts the odds by a cent, but just in case one of the other ones don't come in, I get my money back as bonus cash. The other 2 came in with a breeze, and the last leg, the safest one, that was a sweat fest. It came in, thank goodness, but the amount of times that I've added that extra leg just to get that tool, and I end up with bonus cash because of that leg.
Yeah. I was close.
Pros and cons.
I was close, but they played Porto recently. Porto are second place. They have similar stats to Sporting. They've only conceded 4 goals. And Braga were able to squeeze a goal past them. Okay. I just think,
I like it.
Let's not risk it. Let's not risk it.
Nice. Alrighty. My hot streak is continuing on in the NFL because I've turned my hot streak plays into a hot streak of NFL plays. And we're going to stick with the Detroit Lions. Worked for us last week. Not on the hot streak, but Jahmyr Gibbs scored for us. So we've seen some success with the Detroit Lions. I'm going to stick with them again. They've got the Texans on Sunday Night Football, and they are 3.5-point favorites. Now, the Texans, they haven't really impressed me this year. They've been good, but they haven't been amazing. CJ Stroud, again, has been just fine. Nothing special like he was in his rookie season, or it's almost kind of more I've come to expect from him. He's putting out decent numbers, nothing crazy. But the
mixed bag of results there, 6-3
for the Texans.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Lions are 7-1. Arguably a top 2 team in football. They're probably the best team at the moment, form-wise, but the Chiefs are undefeated 8-0, so tough to make that argument. But they are on a 6-game winning streak, and they are 6 games in a row covering the spread. So I think they're only about $1.50 favorites in this one.
Okay.
But because they're on a 6-game win streak, and they're also 6 games covering the spread, we're just going to back them to cover the spread here against the Texans in prime time. Lions minus 3.5 at $1.90 is my hot streak play.
Minus 3.5.
Yeah, so a field goal. More than a field goal. It's all
bloody beautiful.
All we need. And I think the way Detroit are playing, the way Dan Campbell's running this offense, the way the boys are fired up.
Yeah.
They've just bolstered their pass rush defense just before the trade deadline. And get to Stroud. Stroud's probably going to struggle again a little bit. Detroit Lions all day, baby.
Nice.
All day. All right, there are 3 plays. How are we gonna hit another group chat multi here? What are our 2 legs? Talk to me.
I have to go back to the red flags. And the red flag is arguably a green flag. Tonga taking on the Kangaroos once again.
The red flag's a green flag.
You would look. You would think that 18-0 in the first game. It's not a great result for Tonga. They looked poor. They bounced back against the Kiwis, got off the front foot, looked like a different team completely. The combination started to work. The spine looked strong. And I am delighted, absolutely delighted to tell you that the points line is at 18.5.
It is.
After losing 18-0.
The bookies are on point there.
It's not the same team. It's not. This team is so much better than that first game, and I think they'll have a much, much better performance. They might not win. They might not have as many fans to back them, but my God, they will get in within that 18.5. So that's what we're going for.
Nice. I like it. And you get $1.90 for that. So that's good. I'm going to go to the cricket. New Zealand, Sri Lanka, first T20, Sunday morning.
Mm-hmm.
As I said earlier, we are the underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
But New Zealand cricket is on an absolute purple patch at the moment. The women's winning the T20 World Cup. New Zealand sweeping India 3-0. First team to ever sweep India in India. Confidence has got to be sky high.
Yep.
Despite losing to Sri Lanka, that's as far back in their memories as it probably could be. Who cares about that? We've got a strong squad. We're going to Sri Lanka. We've been there a couple of days now. We're paying $2.35 to win that first T20. And I think we're going to do it.
Okay. So, let's go.
That's where we're going.
Let's keep that fine form flowing.
Yep. You just got to ride it when they're in a purple patch. You just got to ride it.
Yep.
So,
which is strange because I feel like before that series, they were almost in a very, very, very rough patch.
Yeah, correct. It's amazing how
cricket in general, perhaps. And now look at us.
I know.
Flying.
Cricket just ebbs and flows. You just got to ride the wave when it comes. The wave doesn't come very often.
But when it does.
When it does. Cricket's a sport where you're going to fail more than you succeed.
Yeah.
When you're succeeding, you got to jump on it. And when they're underdogs too, you got to jump on it. So, 235, Black Caps to beat Sri Lanka.
Man.
Third leg.
The third leg. If I was to tell you Manchester United versus Leicester, what are Man United paying to win that game?
$1.36.
My God, you're pretty close. $1.35. And I feel like that heavily has to do with the previous fixture in the EFL Cup, winning 5-2.
Makes sense.
Yep. I think we get not the same win, because I think Leicester were focusing on other fixtures, but I do see us winning again. I do see us scoring at least twice. But $1.35. Yeah. So, Forest and Newcastle.
I was just about to
the game.
United leg. Okay,
the game of the week, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah. I keep Chelsea, Arsenal. Yeah, okay.
Liverpool win that easy peasy. Both teams coming into some. Although Chelsea, what did they finish at? 7-0.
It finished with 8.
It finished at 8-0.
We got another one
against the team Noah. Yes, not one person, a whole team called Noah. Never heard of them in my life.
Noah.
So they'll be coming in with confidence. They're going to Anfield.
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Oh, so they're not going to Anfield.
They're at home. Stamford Bridge. Liverpool have Aston Villa. At home.
Wait, what?
Liverpool, Aston Villa.
Didn't you just say Chelsea, Liverpool?
Chelsea, Arsenal.
Anyway, still game of the week. Forest, Newcastle. Both teams are in some fine form, as we talked about. I thought initially Forest take this, but looking more at Newcastle's recent results, looking at their goals and their goals conceded this season, I think this is closer than what I anticipate. So, a tight game. Forest have conceded 7. Newcastle have conceded 10. Forest and Newcastle draw at 320.
We're going to have a juicy multi. Holy heck. Just quietly.
I hope so.
The confidence is sky high after getting a $20 multi in.
Yeah, just like cricket, when it's going well.
You got to ride the purple patch.
You got to ride the purple patch.
So we're in a draw for Nottingham versus Newcastle. Yep. We're at Tonga plus 18.5. We're at New Zealand to beat Sri Lanka. So we've got some good odds. What if I told you the leg that I've just added gets us to $47.86?
My God. We're doubling down.
I'm heading to Crystal Palace versus Fulham.
Ooh.
Now,
spicy.
In their last 5 games, there have been 4 draws.
4? So, head-to-head.
Head-to-head, yeah.
Okay, very nice.
In their last 5 games against each other, there have been 4 draws. 2 of them coming as nil or draws. So, initially, I thought, let's just go the under 2.5. It worked for us last week with Auckland FC.
Yep.
Under 2.5 goals.
Yep.
But then I was like, 4 of the last 5 head-to-heads have been draws. The draw's paying $3.35. Got to throw the draw in there.
Yep.
So we're going Crystal Palace Fulham. Also a draw.
Bloody beautiful.
And I can tell you I've already selected multi-rescue, but just for fun, odds boost gets us from 47 to 53.
Wow.
So let's see if we can keep our group chat multi hot streak alive. And let's see if we can go get a $47 multi up.
Huge.
That would
Huge
be
if true.
Real.
So what's the biggest outlier there? The $2-3?
It's Crystal Palace Fulham draw at $3.35. Then you've got Nottingham Newcastle draw $3.20.
Yep.
Then you've got the BCs at $2.35 underdogs.
Yeah.
And then Tonga $1.90 to stay within 18.5 points against
my goodness
the Kangaroos.
The Kangaroos.
All right, that bet is on.
That's crazy.
I
love it.
We are on.
I love it.
We're on fire. I've placed all my bets, so if you did want to go copy them, they're on my Bet Social feed. You'll have them on yours too. So feel free to copy them and get amongst it. We had a profitable week last week. We're going to go even better this week.
What's your Chelsea Arsenal pick, just quickly?
I haven't actually got to it, but the guts with the double is Arsenal. I'm currently in the midst of writing my Premier League tips. I think it's going to be tough. If we have Odegaard, we're a different team. But Chelsea are in... We talk about that purple patch. 8-0. Are you kidding me? 8-0.
Yeah, but who's that against, realistically?
Noah.
Come on.
Just one guy, Noah.
Come on.
So, and they're at Stamford Bridge. We got to travel there as well. Midweek lost into Milan. I don't know. It feels like Arsenal, they need to turn something around, and they need to turn around quick, and I think it could be the Odegaard effect. So if we can get Martin Odegaard back in, I like us to win.
Yep, Declan Rice.
Yeah, we should do.
You'll have Saka.
Yep. We should be nearly back to full strength. Saliba back as well.
Yeah.
So
you don't want a losing hot streak.
No.
You can't afford it.
No, we definitely do not.
And then it's tough. You've got Chelsea, but then you have to play Nottingham Forest. You have to play Chris Wood. So you really need at least a point here. Otherwise,
no. It feels like the top 2 could be running away with it already. But I remember we went back and looked at the next 5 games for both United and Arsenal, and we're pretty bullish on how many points we could take from those 5 games.
I think you need to get to your classic 4th spot, Forsenal. I think you need to be there so you can beat Chelsea. Forest, I just don't see it happening.
Depends how Forest go this week.
Chris Wood hat-trick, yes please.
But who's at home? Arsenal at home?
You guys are at home, yeah. That's the benefit.
So we'll be back at the Emirates.
All right.
All right, what are you up to this weekend? Anything interesting?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Just watching some sport.
Yep.
Nice.
Actually, I haven't even thought about it yet. It's been a week.
It has been a week.
The Melbourne Cup. Now we're straight into Cup week.
It's been a week, and it's going to be another week.
Oh my god. Yeah, I reckon that rugby league. But interesting to see how the Kiwis get on against PNG. PNG looking decent. Nice. Kiwis looking 50-50. Looking on the fence.
I think
not stand out.
SJ's last ever game.
I feel like I've heard that so many times. I don't want to believe it anymore.
I think it sounds like punters are getting on SJ to score here, just for the novelty of it.
Yeah, surely.
Which I don't mind, but I don't think it'll be me.
Ahmad had a great game, by the way. Called that out this morning.
He did. Go up, Brace.
Seeing
the photo.
Insane goals.
Really I saw nice. The first one was a header.
First one's clean. Fernandez assist. Second one, he took onto the defender. He was pushed up high, tackled him, sprinted through him, cut in, left curler.
Nice.
That's what you want. I think that's what the new manager will want. So good to see. Work rate, effort.
Yeah, work rate.
That's what you want.
Something that you just can't teach.
No.
You just can't teach work rate.
Apparently, to United fans, you can't teach. So thank God Ahmad has it.
Yeah, nice. Well, what am I doing? I am...
Cricket.
Yeah, first game
cricket,
on grass.
Cricket, pickleball.
Maybe
golf.
some... Yeah. It's the standard.
The trifecta.
With a bit of... Oh, it's a good trifecta.
It is.
With a bit of watching sport mixed in.
With a pretty average.
Yeah, I think it is meant to drizzle a little bit tomorrow. We'll be getting the covers on tonight out at Barton Oval.
50s?
Yeah. 50 over cricket.
Nice.
We'll get the covers on. Nice. I actually don't know if we have a wicket, so we might just be playing in the middle of the field. But yeah, we'll see how we go. If you are having a punt, good luck this weekend.
Indeed.
Follow us on our best socials, and hopefully we can make some money. See you next week.